We're now joined by LAFC head coach Bob Bradley. Bob, we're going to let you start it off with your opening remarks. Take it away when you're ready.
Yeah, it's hard to get the thoughts immediately. We're very disappointed. I thought for 70 minutes we made the game very hard for them. It's a choppy game. It's not always that the football's perfect, but I thought our way of going after them and pushing the game for 70 minutes was quite good. And, we have a big chance when Mahala beats the defender and cuts the ball for Carlos to go to 2-0. And then we just, a misunderstanding between Kenneth Vermeer and Eddie Segura leads to the corner. We just don't do well in the front zone. And then Mark Anthony Kaye has a chance in the back to maybe clear it. And then the second goal, you could tell at that point now we start to get a little bit more careless, a little slower to close things down. And we have so many guys back in position, but we just don't do a good enough job. Rodriguez gets through and, Gignac is a smart player, so he's just waiting for the moment, and then the ball gets rolled across, and it's an excellent finish. Our team's growing. We played some really good football in some of these games. And as I said, I thought our way of going after the game tonight was real good. In some moments, not our sharpest, but still the mentality to play in a final and push the game, that's important. So we end in a really disappointing way.
We're going to start here. We're going to start here with Alicia Rodriguez. Alicia, go ahead when you're ready.
Thank you. Bob, I know you're in the moment here, but I wanted to ask, with the season over, how would you rate the season overall, and how would you rate, finishing in the final but not winning? Do you consider that successful for 2020?
2020 had all sorts of parts to it. We started the season in a good way. We missed a lot of time. Came back for MLS's back in Orlando. I thought we showed some good football during that period. When we got back after that, and lost Carlos in his return match for a while. And with Edward being out, we had a period where we were nowhere near as consistent as we like. And the MLS season ended with a difficult loss to Seattle. I mean, Seattle's a good team. We had tough games with them. We played them 5 times this year. We beat them twice. They beat us 3 times. Obviously, they knocked us out. And then I thought the response to prepare for Champions League was great. And I thought we showed people how we're moving in a good direction. So, that's how I look at it. I don't tag it one way or another. I look at all the little details.
Katya, go ahead.
Thanks, Ben. Hi, Bob. I know it's frustrating not getting the championship, but because of what LAFC showed throughout the competition, do you feel that you guys won some respect and shed a different light to MLS? And a second part of that question would be, I know 2020 is not what anyone expected, but maybe having a tournament under your belt helped kind of show that parity with MLS and Mexican teams?
Yeah, those are just not things that I could care less about. All right? I know those are things everybody wants to write about. Anybody who watches us can judge what our football's all about, what we're about as a club, how we compete, that part of it. We're proud of the way we try to go about things. I say all the time that we're still trying to grow. We're still, tonight's another night where you have to take this lesson and try to grow from it. And so those are the things that I focus on, and how everybody else assesses it, looks at it, I have no idea.
Damien, go ahead.
Hey, Bob.
Hi, Damien.
Looking back toward the first half, were you surprised there weren't any yellow cards issued out there? And also, up until his goal, you guys did a good job on Gignac up until his goal. What was the game plan coming in to sort of keep him out of his spots where he wants to get shots on goal.
No, Damian, look, here's what happened in the game. We stepped up and we put pressure on them. All right. And we played, we closed down and we pressed them. And when you press a team and they have a difficult time getting forward, then obviously a player like Gignac in that period of the game for 70 minutes isn't able to do much. And then when the game turns around and now they get a little bit more space going forward, then he's a good player and he can take advantage of that. So, it's not that it's a game plan for him. It's a way that we want to try to play. It's how we play all the time. And so we didn't want to change one thing. We felt that we could push the game, that we could try to step up, press, play forward quickly, find moments of being able to control the game. I don't think that part was great tonight. I think there was moments where we could have connected more passes. But overall, I mean, that's the reason that for a long stretch, he was not a big factor. What was the first part of the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. The first half was real choppy there. We saw a lot of fouls.
Oh, yeah, no. How many times did Dueñas get a hard foul? I mean, my gosh. I mean, Carlos took some pretty good fouls tonight. Yeah. Even when it was 0-0, when he was in on goal and just sort of tried to clip it over. I mean, that's a hard foul. He took a lot of hard fouls tonight, and I'm not sure why. At a certain point, when you have a player, and he's been fouled repeatedly, and some of them are very, very hard, that would seem to me that would lead to a yellow card.
Charles, to you.
Hi, Bob. 3 years in now. How do you feel about your model? You want to keep going with this style? You've won so much respect for the way you guys have played. Is there a new chapter going forward, or do you just keep going with this approach?
You're always trying to add ideas and improve, but the football that we play, we're proud of. And so it's not like all of a sudden you say, okay, we've got to change everything. One of the things that I've learned a long time is when you have a team and you establish a way of playing and you establish an identity, that if all of a sudden the game doesn't go your way, or you have a period where you're not quite as good, it's not like you then say, all right, forget that, we're going to try something different. That's bullshit. That's not how you ever become a good team. You become a good team when you have real football ideas and everybody's committed to the work. And then every time you continue to try to get better, to make players better, and then as a team grow, in addition to the football part, the mentality and the ability to compete and play in tough games. So those are the things that I think are happening for us. And, it's every team can decide how they want to do things, how they want to play. We feel very good about what we're doing, and we're going to continue to move forward with that.
That's going to be our last question for Bob. Really appreciate your time tonight, Bob. And that's going to be it for LAFC tonight. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
¿Ya? ¿Ya está grabando?
Bueno, ahora sí, déjame quitar tu camisa porque ya hice demasiada publicidad.
Buenas noches, señores. Bienvenidos a la conferencia de prensa con el señor Ricardo Ferretti. ¿Podemos empezar con Tania Ventimilla, por favor?
Hola Ricardo, Tania Ventimilla de TV Azteca, muchas felicidades. Pues preguntarte así, ¿cuál es el principal sentimiento? Decías ayer que era esa espinita clavada y hoy Tigres lo hace de nueva cuenta. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, sí, es un título que hoy logramos y que nosotros habíamos buscado, intentado 3 veces y no habíamos logrado. Con esto había muchas críticas, muchas situaciones no tan agradables, pero yo creo que hoy pues el equipo cumple, hace bien las cosas contra un gran equipo, la verdad. En lo personal me gusta mucho cómo Bradley dirige, entrena y juega su equipo. Y yo creo que ganamos a un buen rival, a un gran rival, la verdad. Con muy buen trato de balón, con recuperación, presión alta, baja, en todos lados. Y yo creo que los muchachos, pues, tuvieron el carácter para inclusive tener una remontada y que nos da la posibilidad de ganar este título que se nos había negado en 3 oportunidades anteriores.
Gracias. Seguimos con Ramón Treviño y después con Oscar Gallardo.
Muchas gracias, Alejandro. Hola, Ricardo. Muy buenas noches. Felicidades por el título. Una vez muy corta, si veremos igual rasurándote el bigote próximamente por este título. Y la segunda es, ¿qué manera de cerrar una década de tantos éxitos, de tantos títulos, Ricardo? En esta década, ¿qué es lo que más te ha dejado satisfecho después de 10 títulos al frente de los Tigres?
Pues, en primer lugar, el apoyo incondicional de mi directiva en los momentos buenos, malos, regulares. Después, pues creo que la capacidad, la entrega, la forma de recuperación cuando las cosas, principalmente en este torneo, no habían salido bien. Un grupo de jugadores de mucha capacidad, en primer lugar, y grandes seres humanos, y que están dispuestos a poner todo lo que es de su parte a beneficio de la institución, a la satisfacción de nuestra afición. Entonces, yo en este lapso de tiempo que tengo dentro de la institución, pues me siento muy orgulloso y muy agradecido de estos 2 aspectos.
Gracias, Oscar Gallardo, y después con María Fernanda Ibáñez.
Gracias, Alex. Buenas noches, Tuca. Muchas felicidades. Seguramente ya estarás, Tuca, pensando cómo iniciar el próximo año. Tendrán un inicio del Guardianes 2021, pero también tendrán que viajar a Qatar, y también preguntarte si con este plantel que tienes, con Carlos González, ¿es suficiente para ir a Qatar o estarás buscando algún refuerzo para el Mundial? Gracias.
Bueno, yo creo que lo que terminamos de culminar hoy era, como decimos, la cerecita en el pastel que faltaba en esta etapa. Naturalmente que uno siempre quisiera poder contar con X o Z de jugadores para poder seguir apoyando el equipo. Pero no hay que olvidar que estamos en el mes de diciembre, las transferencias son muy difíciles. Agradecido con mi directiva, que me apoya en traer a Carlos González para el próximo torneo. Y sí, el próximo torneo que nos empieza el día 8 va a ser pues medio complicado, porque aparte del inicio del torneo tenemos la participación de los Mundial de Club. Entonces tenemos que ver el calendario cómo se va a armar para ver si podemos, aparte de hacer muy buen papel y ojalá podamos lograr algo importante en Qatar, pues también no desatender al campeonato mexicano, que es una de las cosas que a todos nos gusta.
Gracias, María Fernando Ibáñez, y después cerramos con Ramón Betech.
Tuca, buenas noches. Primero que nada, felicidades. Y segundo, ¿qué mensaje darle a la afición, no? Que tanto estuvieron esperando este título y hoy por fin llega a San Nicolás.
Pues que es una lástima, ¿no? Que por la enfermedad, por la situación mundial que pasamos, pues no podamos disfrutar como es una costumbre de cada vez que logramos un campeonato, disfrutar con ellos, que saben perfectamente que mucho de lo que hacemos es por ellos, por la institución. Y la verdad, lo único, pues, espero que con esto, pues, puedan estar un poco más tranquilos, alegres, que es nuestra, ¿cómo te puedo decir? Una de nuestras misiones es dar alegría a nuestros aficionados, y creo que con el título de hoy, pues, lo logramos. Y naturalmente que nos hubiera gustado mucho poder festejar en la macro, pero no se puede, y sí les pediría que pongan el tapaboca y quédense en casa.
Gracias. Cerramos la conferencia con Ramón Betech.
Muchas gracias, Alex. Tuca, buenas noches. Felicidades por el título. Mi pregunta es, ¿cuáles son sus expectativas para el Mundial de Clubes? Porque, bueno, si se llega a dar, por ejemplo, el Tigres contra el Bayern Múnich es un partido muy esperado, pero ¿cuáles son sus expectativas en general? Muchas gracias.
La expectativa es la misma de siempre. Nosotros siempre respetamos los rivales, pero como no nos sentimos más, tampoco nos sentimos menos que nadie. Sabemos que esto es fútbol y naturalmente, o sea, va a haber mucha expectación, va a haber muchos comentarios y naturalmente yo espero que mi equipo se prepare lo mejor posible para que hagamos las cosas muy bien y, ¿por qué no?, pensar en una posibilidad de ser campeón.
Muchas gracias, señores. Buenas noches.
Finalizamos las conferencias de hoy. Muchas gracias.